My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 29th, 2023. It is 1:16 a.m. So this is video number 2, and I said I was gonna pick up from here. If you wanna hear what this video said, go to my last video because I played that, but this one was attached to it, so let's go into it. Okay, removing titles won't remove her from the top of the pyramid. The only thing that will reclassify her is to remove her from her husband, and the society has been working diligently, though unsuccessfully, to that end since the day they learned that Harry and Meghan were a couple. Okay, the source. This article, like I said in my last video, I shared it on my community board. And it's a very good article, and I think I have it here. It reminded me, I always make a comparison of it with The Firm. I have a video that called The Firm with the UK flag in it. When I first read it, and I was like, it's almost like The Firm, the video. So let's read. Okay, imagine a society founded on a class structure with the white British royal family at the top as determined by birth and by blood. A biracial woman enters the top of the pyramid by marriage, negating both the birth and blood requirements society had previously been told were preconditioned. Because she lacks those prerequisites, she is considered unworthy. Because she's proud of her own heritage and regards herself as equal to others at the top of the pyramid, she's considered ungrateful. The town crier called out from the lower tier of the pyramid, quote, "I've never met her, but I look at her and I think, quote, I don't think I like you in real life," said one. Quote, "We Brits prefer true royalty to fashion royalty," and quote, proclaim another. Shout of, quote, "She just doesn't speak our language," and quote, came whistling on the wind. But at the top of the pyramid, the cries were met with silence. Okay, were they too far away to hear it? Were they too disconcerted to know what to reply? Or did they use the cacophony from below to muffle the echo of their own whispers as they murmured the same thing? The loudest gossip mongers was impossible to ignore as he officially admonished her to go back to America. That's Piers Morgan. After years of being told that she was unworthy and ungrateful, the newlywed took the choir's advice and returned from whence she came. Despite one tattler's audacious caution not to force her husband to choose between you and us, he did in fact choose his wife, just as he did the day he married her, much to their chagrin, ironically, though society spurned her placement at the top of the pyramid. When she lives with her husband, for some, it calls into question whether the pyramid's peak is still something to aspire to, whether those at the top are truly elite, whether blood and birth really are prerequisites. Their departure is considered a rejection of the pyramid as a construct, thus a rejection of the society itself. For others, it was a necessary repudiation and confirmed that just as they suspect she was an OCD, not our class there. Okay, so O'Brien spoke about it. He read it. Right, still that wasn't enough for society to maintain order. She must be reclassified and her elite status conferred by marriage removed. But the society is trapped in a conundrum. Her husband and their children are at the top of the pyramid by birth and by blood. Removing titles, military honors, and patronages won't remove her from the top of the pyramid. The only thing that will reclassify her is to remove her from her husband. And the society has been working diligently, though unsuccessfully, to that end since the day they learned that Harry and Meghan were a couple. All right, read the next article. All right, so this is that. It reminds me of the it's very now that I'm reading, I read it again, it's very strange how both of us, me regarding the firm, the way that I portrayed the video, the firm where I put God, and then there's the firm which consists the sovereign, and then below them it's little people, all right, the peasant. So the way she explained it, it's almost the same way as I did with my video, but it's hard to explain. It's just that we saying the same thing, but we explain it differently. That's the thing here. All right, so the link of this will be in the description. Let's go back to the, there were a couple things that I was thinking as I was reading it, and I forgot. I should have stopped and say, and I thought of never mind. James O'Brien narrated this article as beautifully as it written, but it seems to have been removed from Twitter. Can anyone who has that video reshare it, please? Okay, so there it is. Okay, it's very long. Should I play it again for those who's not aware of it? All right, so let's do that. Let's play it again. It's 8 minutes, and I will be stopping in between.
So just,
and there will be screenshot. Okay,
listen to this, because I've egged it so much that you might fear I've over-egged it, but I don't think I have. I think this is quite brilliant, and it was written in response to our clip, actually, about the weird dislike of Prince Harry and his wife, and where it comes from. And a lot of people are unhappy with the observation that her ethnicity is one of the most obvious reasons to distinguish between her and other female members of the royal family. But so the Twitter account is called Royal Suitor, and as with so much online, I don't know what's real and what's not, but the byline on this is RS Lock, and this military honours and patronages won't remove her from the top of the pyramid. The only thing that will reclassify her is to remove her from her husband, though unsuccessfully, to that end, since the day they learned that Harry and Meghan were a couple. I think, and obviously my natural immodesty pains me slightly to say this, I think that's among the most powerful words you've ever heard on this programme. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm not sure that you can argue with a single syllable of it.
That's funny. It was 8 minutes.
As the top of the pyramid, by marriage, negating both the birth and blood requirements society had previously been told were preconditions. Because she lacks those prerequisites, she's considered unworthy. Because she's proud of her own heritage and regards herself as equal to others at the top of the pyramid, she's considered ungrateful. The town criers called out from the lower tiers of the pyramid, "I've never met her, but I look at her and I don't think I'd like you in real life," said one. "We Brits prefer true royalty to fashion royalty," proclaimed another. These are direct quotes from prominent columnists and commentators. Shouts of "she just doesn't speak our language" came whistling on the wind. But at the top of the pyramid, the cries were met with silence. So she's under attack in some fairly horrible ways, and they expected perhaps.
See, that's the thing. The institutions stay quiet and allow the media to bash on her. So all those noises we were hearing from the article that, you know, the town crier and all of this, it's the tabloid who was saying that, knowing what we know now, how they operate. That's all it was. The thing is, okay, it's not working, it's buffering. Let's move on. Okay, where can I read it? There it is. Okay, such an insightful analysis. Still blows my mind that this is a priority for these people, and they are pouring it on now. They are more than 5,000 miles away, and they're still trying it. Wow. It really just tells you how precarious the institution is, that they think this is necessary. Yeah, they refuse to change. That's the thing. All they need to do is for themselves to change. They do not want to change.
And when we think about this duty, this role that the king has taken on, what kind of king do you think he'll be?
Well, you know what you're getting, because he's been practicing for a bit. And I don't think he'll change, you know.
So the thing is that it's been working so beautifully for them, whichever way they've been running it. And then now that Harry left, okay, it reveals who they are. The masks are off, and they don't know who to bash on to back their inept kind of ability. People are seeing everything for what it is. Okay, I read your whole analysis piece on this, and it's eerily frightening yet fascinating for real. Thank you. This was an analytical masterpiece. I was so proud of you when Mr. James read it on his show. Okay, thank you. It was a standout day. All right, there is no excuse. This is pure racism. Fergie's divorced and still has her title. At this point, we see what's going on, so there's no reason to, I don't know, what will you say that? There's no reason to try to prove your case anymore, because they're literally letting people know this is it. Okay, we already know. Okay, they have a love few have or will ever experience in life, so the wicked ones attempted to break them apart has been and will always be epic. Right, epic fail. Okay, the other moral corruption behind this desire to tear apart a young family is quite frankly depraved. How it must irk them to see contrary evidence like this time and time again. All right, so let's go to the next one. I need to copy this. I feel like I wrote it already, but all right, next tweet. All right, and fish couldn't breathe underwater if they didn't have gills, but they do, and they can. So what's your point? WME didn't take on the Duchess of Gloucester or the Duchess of Edinburgh. They took on the Duchess of Sussex, and that's only because she's Meghan Markle. Okay, so she retweeted that and giving her response to this. They didn't take on Markle, they took on the Duchess of Sussex. Oh my god. What is this, people? They want to have her if she didn't have a British royal title. That's the ruling. Both WME and Meghan Markle are more shallow than the petri dish. What is it? The thing is that how come they didn't take all the others? I think that's what Pagan is saying here. You have all the other royal family. What about Edward, for instance? Okay, who had that ardent production? Okay, why didn't take them? Okay, they don't have the same work ethic.
Yeah, I think there's another factor here too, that Meghan is a very professional woman, and she's very American in that way. And the male-dominated culture, the royal household, doesn't like the kind of terms that they would use there, pushy and pushy American. They don't like pushy Americans, meaning that they don't like professional people who work hard. And a lot of the Debbie kind of girls who get to work inside the palace work from about 9 to 12 and then take the rest of the day off. And Meghan was very impatient with that. She wanted to see a new work ethic, maybe a work ethic as strong as the Queen's herself.
The same ideas, the same, I don't know. Look at Meghan's thing. She's been winning awards after awards. So it depends how you use your platform and what you share on those platforms. Okay, that's not proving a point. What you've stated is as vapid as the reason Meghan was chosen. Is it her looks she has? After all, nothing else to offer. What? This is what the others want to do. They want their look, their position, but have zero work ethic. Alright? I remember when Harry joined the Invictus game in Netherlands, when Meghan was introducing Harry. One of the things she said that's very crucial. Most people may not catch it, but it was very crucial when she was introducing Harry. The sleepless night that Harry have done to make the game better, this is the work that goes behind a successful project.
It is my distinguished honor to introduce someone that I think you'll all be very excited to hear from. He has also spent many late nights and early mornings planning for these games to make them as perfect as possible for each of you. He has also spent many late nights and early mornings planning for these games to make them as perfect as possible for each of you. I could not love and respect him more, and I know that all of you feel the same, because he is your fellow veteran, having served 2 tours of duty in Afghanistan and 10 years of military service. He's the founder of the Invictus Games and the father to our 2 little ones, Archie and Lily. Please welcome my incredible husband, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. He has also spent many late nights and early mornings planning for these games to make them as perfect as possible for each of you.
Okay, you stay up all night to, to make the thing come out very successful. You don't just sit back and let the thing run itself. Okay? So it's the same work ethic Harry and Meghan have. That's why they're so successful at the things that they participate in. Okay, and then there's the thing again. They're passionate about the work. This is the thing. They're passionate about the work. Okay, she has, after all, nothing else to offer, or other than hawking her wares or defame the British royal family. There's Meghan who still haven't said a damn thing. Even after the award, the chase and all that, she didn't come out and say a damn thing. Her spokesperson only spoke about regarding the chase, and that was it. You don't hear a damn thing from Meghan. So what are they talking about? Okay, with a string of lies that she quite often struggled to get straight. What is she talking about? Begin with Climax. Let's go into that. There's 11 comments under that. Okay, Harry saw Meghan living a full life, helping others, doing things he himself does. She served the United Nations as a woman advocate for women political participation and leadership, visiting refugee camps and meeting with women around the world. I did a video on Meghan and my other channel, Our Part of Service. I highlight charities and all of that. Meghan was one of them I highlighted. So go check that channel and hopefully you subscribe. Right, meeting people is really not groundbreaking humanitarian work, is it? All her initiative have felt... Okay, you're really not talking about Meghan here. It's definitely a hater. But let's read. All her initiative have failed to get off the ground. So tell me again, what tangible, wonderful thing or values has she done? She just won so many awards on her thing, her podcast and all that. One is the cookbook, okay, together a compilation of recipes to support the victim displaced from the fire at Grenfell. It was Duchess of Sussex' first endeavor as a member of the royal family. It was overwhelmingly successful. Duchess Meghan could find a cure for cancer and they would be mad she didn't find it sooner. Then blame her for all the death fire. It's not funny, but it's true. She has led and leading an amazing life. No other royals have her accomplishment. Blood royals reach their height the day they're born.
New spin on it from the youth. As a prince, you're born at birth with a natural platform to be able to try and make a difference. Yeah, which a lot of people have to spend years and years and years getting to that point. So from that perspective, I'm very lucky to have a platform to be able to try and make change in the causes that mean a lot to me, but also to you guys. And I'm still in your generation, by the way. But at the same time, as I said, being born with a lot of privilege comes with a lot of responsibility. But I like to think that I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life earning the respect for that privilege and trying to make a difference for the rest of my life.
Okay, and that's fine, but they shouldn't measure the world and others by their standard. How dare someone work hard and help other people, not just for photo apps? All right, Lenny dear. Lenny dear, the only person struggling is you. Your envy for a smart, ridiculously beautiful and talented woman who has more talent in her little finger than you could ever wish is eating you up. Admit it. It sucks when you believe you were born for more, but it didn't happen. Ouch. Stay mad. Okay, OMG. Show me the extensive evidence of Megan's alleged lie. Okay, maybe the happy ending is just moving on. They call her to court so many times and she won all of her case. Dearest Lenny, because I know it's bugging you, there's that. LOL. What is that? Okay, long before her acting career and relationship with Prince Harry, Meghan studied at Northwestern University in Evanston, Illinois, where she graduated in 2003 with a bachelor's degree in theater and international relations. And there's that. Okay, Meghan hasn't had a hawk in her wear. It's just that everything she touches becomes successful, and she has ever defamed anyone, much less with a string of lies. She said what she said with her whole chest. You not liking what she says doesn't make it a lie. Pippa? Is that you, Pippa? Or maybe Kate, is that you over there? I mean, just like Warrior Suda thing article. They born with a, at the top of the pyramid, and they think everything should fall to their liking. Alright, so I bookmark mine. Who possesses Harry's list? These Karens better take several seats. Okay, so this is my comment here to that. Okay, I see display Kate Middleton troll. Think Harry will look at her twice. The dunce and sound stupid. If she loves the Middleton so much, why all her tweet or hating on Sussex? Kensington Royal, come get your paid baht. She tagged them. Kensington Royal, come get your paid baht. Let's see here. If I marry Prince Harry, his life will be so different. He'll be definitely, but not in the happy sense that he is in now. Okay, if I marry Prince Harry, his life will be so different. Okay, we'll be right by Will and Kate's side, making a difference in the world. But there's Harry and Meghan doing it right now. It's just that the institution rejected his wife, so he's doing it on his own. Okay, he will be respected and adored, and I think he's already have. All right, I'll be his helpmate. Not help. Harry doesn't want help. He wants a partner, and I think he has it. Okay, who's doing her own thing and he's doing his own thing, and together they do things together. Okay, but Harry is a whiny little insecure boy. A woman like me is not attracted to a boy like that. So why would you say, you pretty much cancel yourself out if I marry Harry? So why would you say that and then you say this? Oh my god, these people are truly deranged. You know what, let's leave this alone. Next tweet. Oh, I did bookmark it. There's the pyramid thing here. Okay, so I did bookmark it. So I went over it already. Alright, so yeah, I went over it already. What is that? Someone just put, oh no, that's commercial. Alright, so I did this already, so let's ignore that. Okay, where was that? Okay, I possess Harry's list. Okay, so that was that. Let's go to this. Okay, okay, let's pause this. I keep being amazed at how so many TikTokers get it. Keep it up. What is it? I think there's a state, I don't know which state in the United States, who's banning TikTok. Okay, because so many young people there and doing their thing, educating people and all of that, so they're trying to remove that. I don't remember which state did that. It's a Republican state. But anyway, let's listen. It just crossed my mind. I just say.
This commenter had a really good point about Prince Harry. I think that's why people are triggered. He set boundaries, and those that don't respect boundaries make him out to be the issue. I think this is one of the reasons that Prince Harry is one of the most relatable figures in the royal family, and why, if the royal family is having a relatability crisis, which it is, they should have been leaning more heavily on Harry rather than rejecting him and kicking him out. As basically anybody who has been to therapy and committed to doing the changes requested in therapy can probably attest to you, there are always going to be people in your life that when you enact boundaries, they are upset because they are used to you fulfilling a specific role in their lives, and they get very hurt when you don't fulfill that role anymore. And this is one of the ways that lasting change can be very difficult as a result of therapy, especially if you're unwilling to separate yourself from the people who won't listen to your boundaries. And it's one of the biggest reasons that I'm block on site with people.
That's true, because Harry have been saying it over and over. There's that line.
Chance my arm with a cheeky question. A bit like your mother, you are pursued every minute of every day by lots of people trying to take photographs, videoing, recording what you're saying, pushing. How can you possibly have a private life?
Cheeky question. You're right, that is a cheeky question. But Andrew, to be honest with you, sadly, that line between public and private life is almost non-existent anymore, and we will continue to do our best to ensure that there is the line. You know, we are completely aware that we're in a very privileged position, and I will spend the rest of my life, you know, earning that privilege and trying to bring a spotlight onto things and causes that really matter to me, and I hopefully matter to a lot of other people as well. Everyone has a right to their privacy, and you know, a lot of the members of the public get it, but sadly in some areas there is this sort of incessant need to find out every little bit of detail about what goes on behind the scenes. It's unnecessary. You know, I hope that people get to see me here in this Invictus role, you know, cracking on with the guys and mucking in and having a good time with them. And this is half my official role, but half my private role. This is what I enjoy doing, but the private life has to be private, and I hope people respect that.
The private and public, they refuse to obey his rule. They keep on trying to invade his private life. They even send people to chase him. I mean, this is ridiculous. But when this thing is reversed, they can't handle it. The people who's invading Harry's life, his private life. But let's continue.
To your boundaries. And it's one of the biggest reasons that I'm block on site with people that won't even try to see Harry's perspective, because I know that chances are the reason they feel that way is because they are people who are causing harm in their own lives and who would be very frustrated if the people they were causing harm to started enacting their own boundaries.
All right, let's see some of the comments. Okay, this hit so true for me on a personal level. Thank you for sharing this. This is the exact video I needed to see at just the right time. There's that, there's this, clapping, very well said, excellent. And here is the wonderful Dr. Gilmore talking about Harry's trauma. Okay, 1 minute and 16 seconds.
People are themselves hurt, and they have trouble looking at the sources of their pain. So when Harry talks about the source of his pain in his family of origin, he's vilified for it because he is speaking about what you're not supposed to talk about in the society, which is the emotional pain that suffuses so many families. Can you imagine what an incredible gift to the world it would be? It's not going to happen. But what a gift to the world it would be if the royal family all said, yes, for all our privilege, we carry trauma. The trauma that was inflicted on a generation of men in our family, in those public schools, with their bullying and their whippings and their cruel treatment of children. The suppression of women. We as a royal family are now willing to look at our trauma.
That's the thing, again. So I said it in video 1, the suppression of women. This is why I said where the hate for Meghan started, when all 4 of them were sitting on the stage and Meghan was saying something like women have a voice, people just need to listen, this kind of thing.
I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying, when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that, because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate that we're seeing with so many campaigns, I mean, with Me Too and Time's Up, there is no better time than to really continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So, yeah, just I guess we wait a couple months and then we can hit the ground running. But up until then, I'm pretty excited.
And then Harry claimed that it was after the Oceania tour or something like that. And I said, no, Harry, it didn't start there. I dispute him. It started on the stage. The moment Meghan said the things that she said, and it was a big no-no to them. Okay? So he is saying here, where is it? Royal family, treatment of children and women. Okay, let's see here. Let's listen. I don't think I got the right spot, but let's see.
The trauma that was inflicted on a generation of men in our family, in those public schools, with their bullying and their whippings and their cruel treatment of children, the suppression of women. We as a royal family are now willing to look at our traumas. And anybody who knows the history of that family knows that in every generation there's been one difficult relationship after another, one divorce after another, one dysfunction after another. But we recognize the multi-generational trauma, and we as a family want to heal it. And we're going to take that on as our task. And we encourage all of you in society to do the same thing. Can you imagine what a gift that would be to the world? People like themselves.
The other thing that I get as I'm listening to him is the fact that it's hard to prove, okay? But from reading and seeing certain things that's happening, I think in certain instances, I think probably during the Queen's when she was alive, couple things could have come out, to be honest with the people, but there's well, I guess it's that powerful force that Harry's talking about. There's a group of people, the same group of people who were for slavery. These are the same group that's operating over there, who's holding the institution like an African shackle, who's preventing the institution to be a true self. Now that you have Camilla over there, okay, who's been earning, or what's the yearning, that's the word, yearning for that position, okay? And I think there's some deal, in my humble opinion, that was made to protect her to be in that position. So now that they have her there, it's gonna take a while for anything to change. And then you have William next. They already made him dishonor his mother. So I don't know. I really don't know. You could see the ripple effect of things happening, but the only person who had the right mind to help them make the change, they kick him out. Again, I was right again for the separation of the brothers, because when there is peace and unity, whoever is trying to get what it wants, it will not work. But when there is chaos and division, then that person will get what she wanted. And this is why you're seeing the division and all of that. So the only thing that could stop this from continue happening, I hope I'm making sense as I'm saying things, it's the people of the UK, and said enough is enough. But I think at some point the institution probably wanted to come clean and move forward, but the group who wanted the slavery, the business people, those who's, you know, no money is enough for them, this group is had prevent, I think at the Queen's level, when the Queen was alive, prevented from coming out. But now that they have the other one, and they already ruined everything else. Okay, there's Charles, there's no way that's gonna change. And there's William, forget it. And now you will have to think of the kids. What is it, the one, future? Well, I don't know. Is the mother teaching him the right thing? Is the grandmother from the mother side teaching him the right thing to see the other side of things so he could make proper decision when it's his turn? I don't know. It's, yeah, I think definitely once the Queen had passed, that's the end of that. And it's up to the people. I don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you see the ripple effect. You see it happening in front of you. Unless if you're blind, you're not paying attention, you will not see it. Okay, yep. It's pretty clear these people who attack Harry, for example, for writing his book after decades of silence, endured the abuse, and others writing lies about him, who think victims of familiar abuse should be silent or abuse or clearly abusers themselves. Spot on. The royal family screamed the opposite of boundaries. If this had been any other family, in my opinion, the majority of people would be patting him and Meghan on the back for leaving a toxic environment. But they should endure it because it is the royal family. Please. Okay, 100%. Toxic people will always become angry and vindictive when you say enough and set boundaries. Hence the royal family unleashing their attack dogs and the British media on Harry. They want to make him pay for not allowing them to continue to disrespect him and be their scapegoat. Not only for the scapegoat, because so they could do their things, the nonsense, the unethical thing in the background quietly, so nobody pay attention to them. That's all it is. They want to do the unethical, the shady businesses, all of this in the background. Okay, so Harry's not there. Everything is exposing. It's to the clear. They can't do that anymore. Well, they're still trying. People still, I don't know, some people still not paying attention. Okay, one of the most liberating I've read books. Okay, one of the most liberating books I've read is Boundaries by Dr. Cloud and Townsend. I was in my 50s when I read it, and it had immediate impact on my life. It should be required to read for high school. Eraser. The way the US is going, removing books, anything that will give you good memories. Let me bookmark this. Maybe it's something I should look into. Okay, I was in my 50s when I read it, and it had an immediate impact on my life. It should be required reading for high school errors so that they learn early how to set on, respect others' boundaries, and live in. All right. Okay, let's see. When you are expected to show up without being asked and you don't show up and you say no. Okay, most of the younger generation TikTokers get the situation of Harry. Okay, this is what I need in my life. I'm always being careful of other people's boundaries and forget to make my boundaries stronger. Yeah, okay, I agree. I found Harry's story so relatable because while I'm not, okay, a woman, I guess, okay, a princess maybe, I don't know what is this, princess, yeah. Okay, because while I'm not a princess, I distance myself geographically and a sense of emotionally from my family because of boundaries or lack thereof. That was a moment for me when I read his book. He gets it. Okay, exactly. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. She nailed it. What's going on in life in general and with Harry and the royals. Okay, she nailed it, and it needs to give that heart a hat. Okay, she liked the hat. Okay, I'm amazed at the various content. There's that. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, I think that's my last one. Okay, so please tell me that this woman didn't lie about being a veteran. If she did, she's going to be in so much trouble. So when was that? January 5th. This one said January 5th. Okay, this is Samantha Markle. Let's go into it. It's very blurry. Actually, what is more at issue is that I am the one that needs accessible housing, and my sister parades around buying shoes knowing that she has a sister in a wheelchair who needs something. And when I wanted to do a campaign to create that, I was asked to say nothing, yet I was offered no help. So the bottom line is she is so selfish as to want to keep me quiet in a corner and pretend she's a humanitarian while she ignores her sister in a wheelchair.
Well, she had the audacity to say that this whole business with Thomas Markle, Meghan's father, and her father obviously, was down to media vultures. You know, we had made him stage the pictures. We had made him take a big check from paparazzi. We had made him basically sell out his own daughter's wedding. And I immediately went, I'm not having that. I'm sorry. No. And actually, especially not from you, Samantha Markle, who's just changed her name back to Markle so she can truly cash in on this. So I just found myself saying, actually, when it comes to vultures, you're the vulture. And she is. And I'm afraid Meghan's family is littered with people who have been appalling.
I'm not a charity case. I'm a counselor. I'm a writer. But given the fact that she is a public figure with a ton of money, it will seem a no-brainer that will be she will at least offer a bit of help.
Actually, when it comes to vultures, you're the vulture. And she is, and I'm afraid Meghan's family is littered with people who have been appalling.
I've never expected it, but I was quite shocked that when this all broke, she probably never even mentioned to Harry that she had a veteran sister in a wheelchair. Was she?
In a current affair exclusive, Meghan Markle's sister, Samantha Grant, or Samantha Markle as she now prefers to be called, takes us inside their fractured relationship.
Thank you for your insight. What the hell? Who wrote this? Thank you for... Is that her? I mean, I know it says Samantha here, but January 5th, where... let's see here. I highly doubt she was an actual veteran, but it will be easy to check out. Right? Supposedly Samantha joined the US Air Force, but never saw active duty. She did? I mean, I took the test. I will not consider myself a veteran. Okay, there's this. What's this? You know what, with that being said, let me just move on. If she's lying, I don't know. But the thing is that why is she making excuses just because she's in a wheelchair? Okay, someone who's in a wheelchair, why would you do all the things that she did toward Meghan? Travel to the UK, trying to knock into the palace wall gate to get in just because... you know what, like I said, let me leave it alone. Let me leave that alone. Who possessed Harry's list? Okay. Need to bring official. If you found she's lying. Okay. So that's me responding to that again. Okay. Well, someone needs to bring this to an official. If they found out she's lying, then that would be a baggage for her to deal with. That's the way that I respond to it. I don't know. Some people don't know how to stay in peace. Okay. She took her jean back. She fooled us. Okay. So this is about William. All right. There's this here. What is similar looking about these two people? Okay, she took her jeans back. She fooled us. She had enough with him. Second, he called her paranoia. Just because she can't speak, that doesn't mean she can't take what belongs to her. 10 people like it, and there's 2 between. Right, what else? Okay, they set her up. Okay, that's regarding Kate. That's this. Okay, so I didn't bookmark this, but let's see here. See what happened when people are too effing lazy to do a bit of due diligence or even basic research, relying on sycophantic ass kissing entitled bird brains who feel burned out by doing the bare minimum work they paid to do. Ignorance is not an excuse. All right, so this is the thing I was mentioning. I don't know if it was this video or the previous one. Okay, Kate, $154,500 a year charity boss, is a convicted murderer who stabbed a man to death on train. It's not funny, my God. Princess of Wales had no idea of CEO's past when they met last year. So they're bringing all of this here. Okay, so there's my comment here. They set her up knowing she will not bother to do the research herself. Egg was already on the path of excuses for when the time comes to give his reason. Once Egg sells his reason to the masses, they'll buy it and down she goes. All right, so 16 people like it. Okay, I'm so disappointed in both of them, as it could have been a lot different. Kate is supposed to be the well-educated... Oh, so this is why I mentioned it. I sort of make reference to it in either this video or the previous one. Okay, Kate is supposed to be a well-educated woman. She's no idiot. Okay, but you ask the question, what the hell happened? Well, jealousy, racism, and insecurity do terrible things to people. So there's me responding back to her. Yes, she was supposed to be well educated. I put in uppercase and quotation mark. She went to top school in the UK. Did she actually learn anything? Actions speak louder than word. What club did Kate created when she was in college again? It was a drinking thing. She didn't go to learn. So there's another comment in there. Let's see here. Lazy and strong sense of entitlement as well. All right, let's go back. What else is popping up on my... Okay, yet, okay. There's me. Oh, that's still with that again. Okay, they set her up. Okay, so I went to that already. People like it. So that's it. Let's see. Homepage. I should stop, but let's see what's popping up in my homepage. Okay, there's Joe Diva. Okay, let's see here. I will bet $100 that Prince Harry was told to damn his photography skills. Here are a couple of his pics. Credit go to Squaddy who found them. What was it? I saw something. I didn't bookmark it. Someone said something about Harry who spoke to a photographer where Harry said he was interesting about photography. I'm glad I'm sharing this now. I didn't bookmark it. I was on my phone, so I was not at my computer to actually put the thing on my list. Let's see here. This is the thing. Harry wants to learn. He wants to improve himself. Okay, I will bet. Okay, I read that already. So this is something that Harry did. Yeah, this is look really nice. Wow. Conservation fails unless you put people at the heart of the solution. Prince Harry. Okay, photo by Duke of Sussex. Wow, this is really nice. Okay, your generation and our children will benefit from what we're doing today. We are counting on you, Prince Harry. Photo by Duke of Sussex. Yep, really nice. Okay, there's another one here. This I have it. Okay, did you see this? There's no doubt he was told to damn his skills. His Instagram was full of pics and the docuseries, and several journalists have commented on how he always was. That's the one that I saw. Someone who retweeted out, I saw this one, but I didn't see that one. Okay, so there it is here. His Instagram was full of pics and the docuseries, and several journalists have commented on how he always was and is snapping away long before Kate came on the scene. Okay, well, now that is art. Okay, so someone took a picture of him taking picture of this guy, and then this is his final product. That, yep, the, was it the light, the shade and all of that, really nice. Okay, there's this. This means that Harry shouldn't show off his photographic skills, otherwise he will make William see badly. The royals didn't want Harry to show his talent to the world because it was better than William. They didn't want Harry to outshine William. That is freaking... Can you imagine if these people just let, when I said these people, I'm talking the groups who's trying to suppress society from displaying who they are and all of this. If they just let people be, can you imagine how far we would have been? Because they so into the business of trying to control people, when we should just be free and be allowed, with the exception, you know, there's that boundary where you're supposed to have that common respect, but you could, you know, do what you need to do to make society better. Can you imagine how far we would have been? You have mediocre people trying to control the world. That's freaking ridiculous. All right, this means that, okay, I read that. In this case, I think they wanted Kate to be the photographer. Okay, a few of his pics are still on Sussex Royal IG. Sussex Great Forest team added the text. Our profile pic is a detail from another one he took of 2 baobab trees. This is why I'm offended by the abuse, the no talent one, and flecked on cameras. Good King Harry has a very good eyes, captivating. Can you imagine he put all his photos in a book? That would be another record. Okay, I bet you that Chicken started calling herself a photographer because of Harry. Her level of weirdness is off the chart. Okay, are you kidding me? These are so beautiful. Emotive, perfect timing. Can you imagine that Convo Bond will take credit for all the photos you take? Okay, I wish he will there's the thing, a photo book. He did a lot since he began traveling. Yep. Okay, this is the thing. I remember when we go places, there's one place we went, and my husband was like, stop taking pictures, you need to inquire. And it's one of those, when you see something, you captivate it. I mean, with my phone and whatever, because it's always at hand. And when we come back home, and these are the pictures we're looking at, my kids looking at, and remembering the time. I mean, I understand you have to be in the moment, but if you enjoying the moment and at the same time you want to captivate certain moment in that time, it's worth doing. Okay, I hope he published a book with some of the photos he's clicked along with the backstory. I think he's an amazing photographer from whatever pics I've seen. All right, there's that. Okay, so there's so much more. Let me stop. All right, whatever's on the screen, that's it. Okay, wow, those are very stunning. The way the feather on the left is standing straight while the feather on the right is bending brings to mind the story of Joseph for some reason. Okay, I'll look at the picture again once I finish with these. Okay, thank you for sharing. These are some pics. Wow, these are beautiful pictures. This is another reason he and Liz were so close. A love of photography she got from her father. Okay, Harry needs to publish a coffee table book from his photos. It will fly off the shelves and put some nose out of the joint again. Okay, you're so right. However, you know what they say, you can't keep a good man down. Okay, beautiful. Okay, in favor of Kate's family snap, maybe. All right, so let's look at the feather again. Oh, I see what she's saying. I didn't even think of it that way when I look at it. I think I was looking more of the reflection of the sun and the water and all of that, but I didn't really captivate this. See, this is standing straight and there's the bending here. It looks like the way William walks too. And there's Harry standing straight up. But you could see the foundation here. The way this feather punctured through the sand. So that makes it more stable. And this one is, yeah. But anyway. And there's that. Alright, so let's do a prayer. The last prayer that I did, I say for safety and prosperity. So let's just say safety is always good. Let's see protection. Protection and prosperity. Let's see what pop up. Okay, I pray for your protection as I begin this day. You are my hiding place, and under your wings I can always find refuge. Protect me from trouble wherever I go, and keep evil far from me. No matter where I am, I will look to you as my protector, the one who fights for me every day. Let's do this one. Oh, that is so small. Okay, keep this book of the law always on your lip. Okay, meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. I don't know what that means, so let's see here. Alright, so let's leave it as that. Let me read this here. Oh, same thing. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And that is it. Someone needs to bring this. Okay, so that's all. Alright, so that is it. Yep.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.